G'day, Project Smith Tech here, and although I think it's a terrible idea, but you wanted it, so I'm going to do it. This is the AMD 6900, and we're going to pair this with the Dual X5690 Systerm. Okay, the Dual X58, we've gone over this before, but I'll just quickly go over it again. There's a north bridge, there's a south bridge. So the north bridge is what's controlling the PCIe lanes. And so that will go there. So why you'd want to pair the AMD 6900, it's generally, I'd say it's a terrible idea, but we're going to let the benchmarks decide that. And I am still running RAID 0 SSD to try and get as much performance as I can out of this older platform. Anyway, this is what you wanted. So before we get into gaming benchmarks, I thought I might just show some of the challenges that I have with this. So the power supply is hopelessly inadequate to power both dual CPU and the AMD 6900. Now, fortunately, it is a cheaper power supply, and why I'm saying fortunately is it won't have its cutoff, so it should let me actually overrun the stock wattage if need be. But the card doesn't actually use a huge amount of power, at least compared to the NVIDIA 3090. So, and another issue that I have is we've got a solid front where the air front for the air intake is just what we're seeing on the side. So not terribly bad. We'll get away with it just for the benchmarking, but I wouldn't run it like this long term, and we're not going to put the cover on, so we're going to leave as much airflow as possible. They keep the components cool. All right, now let's get on to benchmarking and gaming.
G'day, welcome to Project Smith Tech. Now, you're already familiar with the CPU, so let's take these dual Westmere CPUs for a spin. But this time, there's a bit of a twist. So we're using the RX 6900 XT. So I'm going to do things a little bit different to what I have done in the past. So I'm going to flash the benchmarks very quickly. Then I'm going to have an Excel spreadsheet. Well, technically not Excel, it'll be the Linux version of the Excel spreadsheet. I forgot what it's called. And then I'm going to have all the game specs. I will be running all games here at 1080p. At every game maximum setting, and this time I will not be using any upscaling, so it's just going to be its raw performance. Anyway, let's get to the flashing of the benchmarks. Alright, this is an attempt to try and speed things up, so if you don't want to see me playing the games, I've decided to do a rough recording, that way you can get the data without wasting a huge amount of your time. Times by GPU score, times by CPU score, crisis, average frame rate, Cyberpunk during the night, without ray tracing, Cyberpunk during the night with ray tracing, so you expected frame drop. During the day, Cyberpunk without ray tracing, and Cyberpunk with ray tracing. Control without ray tracing, Control with ray tracing. Doom Eternal without ray tracing, Doom Eternal with ray tracing. All numbers are done without VSync or without any upscaling, so this is just the raw performance of the card without any trickery. Anyway, hopefully this helps speed things along if you don't want to see me play the games, but if you do want to see me add commentary while playing, by all means keep watching the video. And if not, well, thank you very much. Project Smith Tech signing out. And we're running Time Spy. I won't show you through the whole lot, but I have got new recording equipment, so I'm really hoping that it actually comes out a little bit better. You can let me know in the comments if you feel to let me know one way or the other, but it is brand new recording equipment, so let's see how it goes. And I'll just do a quick little pass by here. This is just more of my personal benefit, I guess, through video editing. I just wanted to see how it looked on the YouTube, so enjoy. Okay, this is the CPU part of the benchmark, and you can see, 31 frames a second. Shouldn't be that much different from the other benchmarks that I've used with this system. Alright, conclusion. Okay, so the graphics card isn't going to perform quite as well as it would in another system, say with a Gen 3 CPU score. I actually got a higher both graphics score and CPU score than the 64 thread system that I used. So, alright, next benchmark. Alrighty, user benchmark. Now, I don't know how many people respect this, but this just gives you an idea of what we're up. So it's actually a pretty good system. So I've got the GPU, and the GPU isn't going to perform, in the top part, and this will be due to the limitation of the Gen 2 speeds. Alright, not really much to go. Let's actually get some gaming. Can it run Crisis? Well, yes. Okay, this is just a quick, what I'm using as the settings. Again, 1080p, I will not be recording in 4K today. Okay, let's have a little bit of fun. Okay, so a bit of stuttering there. So I don't know if it does that. From my experience, it does that as soon as I load into the game, so give it a little bit. But there's no excuse with the hardware that it's got. I'd have to test it on a system that was actually more designed for it. which I do actually own a single CPU. The Westmere X5690. Yeah, some stuttering there.
Engaged. Maximum strength.
Oopsies.
Energy critical. Maximum armor.
We're not going to learn too much. The game's just so old. And this definitely isn't the system. Whoopsies. My aim's pretty good today, actually. I'm really proud of it. Yes, okay. So frame rate's all over the place. Bit choppy, but that's actually...
Maximum speed. Maximum armor. Maximum speed.
If that's picking up here, I'm getting that too. It's all very interlaced. So that's where you get that frame tearing. Whoopsies, whoopsies. It's my first day.
Yo, man. JSOC indicates that the KPA have a command post on the Eastern Peninsula. I need you to infiltrate and check for intel on enemy emplacements. I'm uploading the coordinates now.
Roger that.
We ran into a KPA checkpoint up here. You're gonna need some firepower to get past it. Stock up on grenades.
Well, that concludes that. Anyway, next game. Alright, let's have a quick look at Cyberpunk. So in the video I've turned off VSync, maximum SPS, all dynamic resolution, fidelityfx, all off. So this is just pure raw. And alright, for now we're going to leave ray tracing off. Not bad. 500, 200 FPS. You're gonna see frame tearing because I don't have VSync on, sorry. But this is a good frame rate. Good enough. Let's put on some... Please don't crash. Interesting, I'm still getting 60 frames. Well, okay. But this is with DLSS. Oh, sorry, ray tracing. Okay, we're not hitting the 60 frames, but so what? My suspicion is that this is actually running a whole lot better than the Dual E5-2697A V4. Anyway, so for all you die-hard X58 fans out there, this is actually a good system. It's running very well. So we are disadvantaged with the still running the Gen 2, but ray tracing, you can see there's no problems. This is without any upscaling tech on. And I'm tipping if this was NVIDIA, I'd be hitting, yeah, at least 60 frames a second. It's no secret that NVIDIA does a far better job at ray tracing than AMD. So I do have a 3090, so one day. But look at that, nice reflection in the road. Alright, let's have a look at what it looks like during the day. I'll be back. Alright, this is daytime now. I am obviously still getting the frame tearing, so I really don't like playing this game without VSync on, but nice. So just, yeah, okay, I thought it would maintain 60 during the day, and this is without ray tracing on, but let's fix that. Man, ray tracing looks so much better, you gotta admit though. In the daytime, it doesn't surprise me that I could get nearly 60. Alright, well, that's the game without VSync or any form of upscaling technology. Next game, we're not going to learn much more from this. Same deal here, no upscaling. Why is that so messed up? That's weird. On that node. Thank you, node. You now belong to me. Looks like there's something really wrong with the graphics. Yeah, everything's right. Yeah, it looks like really low resolution stairs, everything. Alright, let's try turning ray tracing off. I don't know why, the game looks really funny to me. Alrighty, I don't think we're going to learn any more from this. So basically, yes, the game runs perfectly fine. Gen 2 North Bridge doesn't seem to have a negative effect, or at least I'm very curious on why the 64-thread system failed so badly. Alright, next game. Alrighty, before we do anything, let's just have a quick look at the graphics. So right now, I've turned off all VSync, so I'll just this will be the first time that I've ever played this and letting the frames run away. It's still 1080p. Ray tracing on. Let's turn that off and just see how well it runs. Oops. Okay. Okay, we're going to turn ray tracing on. We should notice a slight difference in FPS, which is fine. 150 FPS is very player. I've not played this game, not an excuse, but it's been ages since back in the game. Okay. Not really out of practice. honestly, I think we're very good. So if you're planning on running Doom with the AMD 6900, you're in very good hands. I'm calling that here. Next game, I think we're done because I'm not going to do Minecraft, no point. Alright, I'm going to conclude it here. Thank you very much for watching, and if you like this sort of content, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Oh, as for the next video, I am definitely doing the Intel A770 ARC, so there is no other video that I have planned that's going to get in the way. So this was just the idea of hoping to test my capture station, so if there's anything that I find here, that's fine, because I've sort of already done this video before. In conclusion, the graphics card ran amazing, so yeah, I don't know why you would want to stick to the X58. I mean, it's a decent enough processor, but you are missing out on a few of the instructions. You know, for example, you don't have your AVX 1, 2, or 512, so some games will not actually run without the the instruction set on the processor. But for all the games that are just tested now, no problem. All right, see you in the Intel ARC video, next video. Thank you very much. Peace. Enjoying some traditional Australian breakfast cereal, some Heatpipes. Oh look, Kylo Ren's into basketball. Cool, good actor.